Today we're going to discuss the routine testing of the TXF inverters. We're going to go through step by step. You're going to see the inverter working on resistive load, and then you will see us checking the sequences in terms of the switches, and then we will also then be checking the inverter in charging mode. Here we have a 3000 watt 24 volt inverter. We have power meters here to measure the power. You'll be able to see the power, and we are connected here to a 24 volt battery system. So the first step is to check it in inverter mode. So we'll turn the inverter on. Now we aren't turning it on in power saving mode, we're turning it on in power saving mode off. The inverter is working now. You can hear it turning on. The fan is sucking. You can hear me locking and turning the fan on and off there. It's working beautifully. On this side here you can feel the air coming out, so you've got plenty of airflow from the switching devices through to the large transformer, through to the output here. So we're reading about 2710 watts here. We're on resistive loads at the moment, so we're running off resistive loads. We're reading 244 volts, 50 hertz. We're reading 11.15 amps and 0.98 power factor. So that's looking good. The light is showing on inverter mode. We have the battery on the battery type set to number 6, which is open lead acid, which is the type of batteries we're running off. The LED is showing on inverter mode, and there's no fault binding or LED misfunction. The transformer is running quite cool. We can check that with the infrared temperature meter. And I can actually check inside the transformer. At the moment it's on inverter mode, as you can see, but it's in priority switch number 1, which is inverter mode priority. Now, if you turn on the switch for the AC supply to the charger, it will not change into charger mode. It will stay. However, if I now change the switch to position number 2, we are now in charger priority mode. So now we will change from inverter mode to fast charging mode, and you will see the LED change from number 7 position to number 6. It takes a little while, you have to wait. There it goes. So now the power is coming from the power point into the inverter and charging the battery. At the same time, if you have a look here, we're still supplying power though to the load, which is 2010 amps, 2748 watts. So that's good. So we're charging the battery, but we're also supplying the load. So that is the sequence of testing to prove that this charger and the inverter are working, and that's what we test every inverter in this manner. So we check the switches, we also check the power saver mode, we check the charger, and we check to make sure that that it changes over. We can check the temperature, which is running cool, and we check the wattage. I've got a laser there pointing inside on the transformer. Now the last thing I'll just show you is if we go into power saver mode, turn that off. Now it's in power saver mode now, which means it needs at least 25 watts to turn on. but it looks at the load every 3 seconds. So it senses that the load's come on. It senses that the load's there and it's come on. But what it does, if the load is turned off, turn the load off. Now it's in power saver mode, you can see the LED. Now what it does now is every 3 seconds you can hear the transformer pulsing if you listen carefully. So it's checking to see whether there's a load there. If there's no load there, then we're actually saving a lot of power by not turning the whole inverter on, in particular not turning the transformer on. So this is the routine testing of the inverter, and every unit is tested like this. It's unpacked, checked on battery, checked on charger, checked for power saver, and it's also checked on resistive load.